Well, good evening. It is 10 to 8 and we're about to have dinner. So I'm just showing you the squeeze bottles that
potatoes in the world.
Somebody was in the mood for shepherd pie, and I make some pretty tasty mashed potatoes with garlic, and
she made them with real shepherds.
Yes, made with real shepherds. Because it's Girl Scout cookie time, you know, like from the movie. Are these made with real Girl Scouts? Yes, just 2 shepherds used in this pie recipe. No, what we had was... I'm a little punchy, and I'll explain in a minute why. Paulie came home with an awesome deal. He was able to pick up some pre-packaged individual... Were they 5-ounce steaks?
Yeah.
5-ounce pepper steaks, and so now it's my job to come up with inventive recipes. So instead of using ground beef, which we typically do for shepherd pie, I just diced up the 2 steaks, and I just made enough for tonight, possibly a little leftover, but likely not because we have 3 dogs. And I sauteed that because it was already seasoned. The only thing I added to it was beef broth and a little splash of Worcestershire. Ordinarily I use a creamy can of condensed soup, hopefully low sodium, because condensed soups are like the salt lick if you ever look at the information. So I was going to do a video along the way, however I've made shepherd pie so many different times that it's kind of redundant, so I'll just give you a quick overview of what was in it while it's finishing up. It's going to be out of the oven shortly. So it's 2 5-ounce steaks, pepper steaks, which were diced up in pretty like 3/4 inch dice. Then I sauteed that, then added some beef broth to deglaze the pan, all of the yummy stuff at the bottom, and then I took the meat out. I added fresh baby portobello or cremini mushrooms. To that I added corn put up from last summer, probably about a cup of corn, not a lot, and then an entire box of pearl onions. And the pearl onions happened to be in a sherry sauce, a light sherry sauce, so that was some of the creaminess that added to it, instead of using the typical, or what we typically do is cream of mushroom soup. And I've yet to find a good, organic, low sodium, still tasty condensed cream of mushroom soup. So I just rely on what we have on hand and compromise that way. I also added parsley and black pepper, lots of garlic powder, salt-free seasoning, which has an array of things. And then that base, I added all the vegetables and the sauce. I added the meat back to it and put that in the, well, let me show you, it's peek it in. I put it in a bread size disposable tin. Because for the life of me, I don't know where my glass bread container is. I put it somewhere, or somebody put it away. So, and on top are the yummiest, fluffiest garlic mashed potatoes with no butter, no cream. It's sour cream and a little bit of Parmesan, which I fresh grated, and 2 raw garlic cloves. That's the key. There's also no salt in it specifically. I put salt in the potatoes while I was boiling them, and it's 4 small, like medium-sized potatoes. It's not a lot. It was a perfect amount to put on top of this amount of shepherd pie, and then I just sprinkle it with a tiny little bit of cheese. I happen to have shredded mozzarella. That's going on top. So we're going to have that for dinner. And the reason there hasn't been anything vlogged today besides this is because I think I have a gout attack again. My foot is just really sore. I can't put a lot of pressure on it. It's not as swollen right now because I spent until 12:30 in bed this afternoon. Although I didn't fall asleep until after 6 in the morning. So, it's because the pain was keeping me awake. So that's why yesterday's vlog wasn't very big either. And why today's is essentially us showing you what we're having for dinner. So because I couldn't I didn't feel like I could lounge around in bed all day. I did get up.
You should have, though.
I probably should have. But I did get up. There's laundry. Oh, the stuff's in the dryer, honey.
I gotta go get the chickens.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Polly's gonna check on the chickens one more time before we eat dinner, which we're gonna do probably in, it'll be ready in about 5 minutes. And so I'll show you what that looks like when it comes out of the oven. So there it is out of the oven. I wanted to use up all of the mashed potatoes. So it's a little lopsided, but you know what? It doesn't have to look spectacular. And good thing I put it in a quarter sheet pan because it ran over all the juicy. So I'm gonna serve it up in a couple of bowls, and that's gonna be dinner. So we're watching Saturday Night Live 40-year anniversary and finishing off our dinner with some of these yummy oranges, and that's gonna be it for us for today. Thank you so much for stopping by and keeping us company. We'll see you all tomorrow.